Okay, the first story we're going to read is called Brownsville in the textbook on page 46. The Taylor family lived in Brownsville for many years, and for many years, Brownsville was a very good place to live. The streets were clean, the parks were safe, the bus system was reliable, and the schools were good. But Brownsville changed. Today, the streets aren't as clean as they used to be. The parks aren't as safe as they used to be. The bus system isn't as reliable as it used to be. And the schools aren't as good as they used to be. Because of the changes in Brownsville, the Taylor family moved to Newport last year. In Newport, the streets are cleaner, the parks are safer, the bus system is more reliable, and the schools are better. The Taylors are happy in Newport, but they were happier in Brownsville. Although Newport has cleaner streets, safer parks, a more reliable bus system, and better schools, Brownsville has friendlier people. They're nicer, more polite, and more hospitable than the people in Newport. The Taylors miss Brownsville. Even though they're now living in Newport, Brownsville will always be their real home. Okay, now we are going to read 3 letters to the editor on page 48C. To the editor, students at Clarksdale High School took tests in English, math, history, and science last month, and their test scores were lower than ever before. As a high school parent, I can tell you why. Classes at Clarksdale High are much larger than they should be, with more than 40 students in a class. Teachers are using textbooks that are more than 10 years old. There isn't any money for newer books. Finally, many good teachers are leaving Clarksdale to teach at other schools for higher pay. It's time to spend more money on our high school. We might have to pay higher taxes, but our children are our future. Marion Kane. The second letter is to the editor. I'm writing in response to the article by James Allen Perry, Clarksdale, A Better City for All. In my opinion, after 3 years with Mayor Burns, Clarksdale is better for rich people, but not for the poor. It's true that in the more expensive neighborhoods, the buses are newer and more reliable, and the parks and streets are cleaner and safer. However, in the poorer sections of town, like East Clarksdale, the buses are never on time, and the streets and parks are dirtier and aren't as safe. Why aren't there more police officers in East Clarksdale? Why aren't the buses there as reliable as they are in other parts of town? Ming Lee. And the third letter, to the editor, I grew up in Clarksdale and moved away 10 years ago. Last month, I finally returned to visit and was very happy to see all the wonderful changes. Clarksdale is a much more interesting town today than it was when I lived there. Main Street, with its attractive new restaurants, hotel, and movie theater, is a much more exciting place. I was also glad to see that there's a new bookstore downtown and that the library is in a bigger and more modern building. Clarksdale isn't as quiet as it used to be, but that's okay with me. It's a more beautiful town with a lot more things to do. Helen Sanders.
Okay. We hope you will read with Patty. Bye.